Hi friends, hi officers, hi champions. Welcome to IAS Hub. This is Sundaram Ganesh and we are going to discuss today why do we have seasons? It's so troubling, right? Imagine if you had only one type of season. You don't have to have two wardrobes for winter and summer. Usually in Kerala we have just one wardrobe, but when you go to the northern part of India, you see there are two wardrobes, one for the summer and the winter clothes. And now we are going to answer the question why? Why is this seasons? Why does this happen? Is there any possible we can stop them? Let's understand this question in detail. To understand this, we have to understand the revolution of Earth around the sun. So, to understand the complete revolution of the Earth around the sun, we will be taking screenshots at 4 points. This is point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4. And once we understand the position of Earth and Sun in these 4 points, we can understand how the movement results in different seasons. So first, before we start with this topic, I have to tell you two important things which you have to understand. First is called as the inclination of Earth's axis. The inclination of the Earth's axis. What's this? Okay, so if you connect the North Pole and the South Pole, it's not straight like we believe. The axis of the Earth is not straight like this. It is tilted at an angle. Can you see the tilt, guys? Yes or no? So the axis of the Earth is tilted at an angle. This is called as inclination of the Earth's axis. Imagine if you guys are very strong and you kick the Earth and the axis tilt disappears and the axis becomes straight, then we would never have seasons. Hot seasons, hot places will be hot throughout the year. Cold places will be cold throughout the year. There's no confusion. So if you are capable, try it out. Okay, so our first point, we understood that the axis of the Earth connecting the North Pole and the South Pole is not straight. It is tilted at an angle. And this is called as the inclination of the Earth's axis. The second point I want to tell you that the inclination of the Earth's axis remains same throughout the revolution of the Earth around the sun. In that means the tilt does not change like this. It stays in one direction. The tilt, see, Earth is here, the tilt is like this. Now the Earth is here, the tilt has not changed. If you extend the line, you can see all the lines are parallel. See, here again the tilt has not changed. Here again the tilt has not changed. So this is called as parallelism. Two things which we should understand before we read this. First is the inclination of the Earth's axis. The Earth's axis is not straight, it is inclined at an angle. The second we have to understand is the concept of parallelism. The axis which is tilted remains in the same direction throughout when it revolves around the sun. It does not wobble like this. So two things are clear. Now we'll go and understand seasons and another important things, summer solstice and all. Okay, so we have to understand. Now let's start. Today is March 21st, 2024. So today we are lucky. Today is the day when the length of the day and the length of the night will be equal throughout the Earth's surface. So if you can time, you can see it would be 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. Why? Because now this is March 21st. Let's imagine this Earth is here. The sun's rays will directly fall on the Earth's equator. The sun's rays would be directly, perpendicularly, we could not say perpendicularly, but it would be inclined, it would be directly falling on the Earth's equator. So, due to this, the length of the day and the length of the night will be equal throughout the Earth's surface. So, length of the day and length of the night is equal. That is why we call the term equinox, equinox. And this happens in the month of March 20th or March 21st. So we call it spring equinox. Why spring equinox? Because before summer, we have the spring season. We talk according to the northern hemisphere. We ignore southern hemisphere because lot of the people in the world live in the northern hemisphere. So whatever season is there in the northern hemisphere, that is how we name it. So we know before, so March, the summer is yet to start. It's very hot now, but it's yet to start. So spring equinox, before summer, March 21st, it is spring season in the northern hemisphere. So the word spring, and equinox because the length of the day and the length of the night are equal. So first point we have studied, March 21st, spring equinox, the length of the day and the length of the night throughout the earth will be equal. Clear? Next, now the earth starts revolving. It takes 12 months to do one complete rotation. So to do 1/4 of the rotation, it would take 3 months. So March 21st, April it would reach here, May it would reach here, June 21st. Now we are going to see the next spot at June 21st. And now see, the tilt of the earth axis has not changed. It is still maintaining that same tilt. Can you see that? Very good. Now, due to this tilt, the sun is not moving with respect to the earth. But due to the tilt of the axis, now you can see that the sun's rays is directly falling on the northern hemisphere. Yes or no? This is the southern hemisphere, this is the northern hemisphere, and the sunlight is directly falling on the northern hemisphere. Now, we could say the sun on June 21st would be about exactly falling on the Tropic of Cancer. We'll study why we call it Tropic of Cancer. The sun will be on the Tropic of Cancer. Now what will happen? See, the sun, the northern pole is near to the sun, the southern pole is far away from the sun. So at this time, June 21st, it would be summer season in the northern hemisphere and winter season in the southern hemisphere. Because the sun is closer to the northern hemisphere. Now, due to the tilt, you can see the north pole is closer to the sun. Yes or no? So, it would be summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. So, what can we say? During the summer in the northern hemisphere, the length of the day will be greater than the length of the night. In summer season, it gets late to get dark, right? So the length of the day will be more than the length of the night. And at this time, in the southern hemisphere, the length of the day will be less than the length of the night because it is winter there. It would get dark earlier. Is that clear, my dear friends? Simple concept. Okay. And this is called as June. This happens in June 2021. It is called as summer because in the northern hemisphere, I said we name it what season is there in the northern hemisphere. So summer solstice. Solstice is the word used to describe it. Summer solstice, June 21st. It would be summer season in the northern hemisphere and winter season in the southern hemisphere. So at this time, the length of the day, these are the questions that pop up. The length of the day would be more in the northern hemisphere than the night, and in the southern hemisphere, the nights would be longer than the days. Very good. Now, after June 21st, let's go 3 months. July, it would reach here. August, September, the earth will reach this position. See, the axis has still not changed. Now the sunlight will again directly fall on the equator. Again, if it is falling on the equator, we know the length of the day and the length of the night will be equal throughout the Earth's surface. So if the length of the day and length of the nights are equal, we call it equinox. Very correct. September 22nd, 23rd is equinox. Now, what equinox? The season is called as fall. Before winter, when the leaves starts falling, we call that season as fall season or autumn season, autumn or fall. So this equinox is called as autumn equinox or fall equinox. So the length of the day and length of the night, again, it would be same during September 22nd, 23rd. Understood, my dear friends? All okay? Very good. Now let's go to the fourth position. September, October it would reach here, November and December the earth has reached here. Now see, the tilt of the axis has not changed. And due to this, due to the tilt, the sunlight is directly falling where? On the southern hemisphere. So North Pole is now far away and South Pole is near to the sun. So this time it would be summer season in the southern hemisphere and winter season in the northern hemisphere. So the length of the day will be greater than the length of the night in the southern hemisphere, and in the northern hemisphere the length of the day will be smaller than the length of the. Is that clear, my dear friends? And this happens when there is winter season in the northern hemisphere, so we call it winter solstice. December 21st, 22nd. This is called as winter solstice. So 4 months, 4 sessions have been done, and this helps us understand why we get different seasons throughout the Earth's surface. Now, a very interesting fact. You can see that we celebrate Christmas during winter, right? Jingle bell coming in, it's Santa Claus coming in the sledge with the reindeers because it's winter. But people forgot to understand that when it is winter in the northern hemisphere, it would be summer season in the southern hemisphere. So southern hemisphere countries like South Africa, Australia, they celebrate winter during summer season. Santa would find it very difficult to run with his reindeers in southern hemisphere. So we understood from this slide the apparent movement of the sun. I would say apparent movement because the sun does not move up and down. But because of the tilt of the Earth's axis, we feel that the sun is moving between the equator, the Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degree north, and Tropic of Capricorn, which is 23.5 degree south. Now let's understand, why do we call this Tropic of Cancer? Why this line is called as Tropic of Capricorn? You have been telling this for a long time and you said, yeah, okay, why? Let's understand that. Now, we understood at March, in the March equinox, the sunlight would be directly falling on the equator. Okay? So, now March equinox, the sun starts moving. We feel that the sun is starting to move northwards because of the movement and the tilt. Now, March, April, May, June 21st, we feel that the sunlight is directly falling above Tropic of Cancer. And that would be summer season in the northern hemisphere. Now, when after that, June 21st, the sun starts moving downwards. We feel that the sunlight is again moving downwards. So it is taking a turn. And the word tropic means to take a turn. It says that the sun is turning. And why Cancer? If you have your birthday on June 21st, anybody here whose birthday is June 21st, 22nd nearby, your zodiac sign would be Cancer. So in the month of Cancer, the sun feels like it is taking a turn. That is why this line is called as Tropic of Cancer. June, then July, August, September 21st, again it is equinox, the sunlight would be above the equator. October, November, December 21st, we know that the sunlight is directly falling above the Tropic of Capricorn. And after December 21st, the sun again takes a turn. So, turn, tropic. And December 21st, if anybody of you have your birthday on December 21st, your zodiac sign would be Capricorn. That is how this line was called as Tropic of Capricorn, and this line was called as Tropic of Cancer. How complicated it feels. It's not complicated, but it feels. And we Indians were so good with geography, we explain this concept with 2 words, Uttarayan and Dakshinayan. So December 21st, when the sun starts moving upwards, we call that day as Uttarayan. Uttarayan means north. The sun started moving north. And on June 21st, when the sun starts moving downwards, we call that day as Dakshinayan, that the sun is apparently moving southward. Lot of questions can be made from this solstice equinox, with what time the length of the day is more, what time the length of the day is less. Lots of questions can be formed. So this was a question which was asked in 2023 prelims. In the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year normally occurs in the first half of the month of June, the second half of the month of June, first half of the month of July, the second half of the month of July. So July we can eliminate. June, which was the day when we had summer solstice, when we had the longest day in the northern hemisphere, it was June 21st. So the right answer to this question would be the second half of the month of June. So questions from this area are easy. You should not miss them. Signing off, Sundaram Ganesh. Thank you so much.